Today's video is going to be about properties of logarithms. We've learned a lot about logarithms so far, but now we're going to learn about what we can do within a logarithm, how we can change them, how they act whenever they are multiplied, added, divided, everything like that. So the product property of logarithms tells us that if we have log base b of m times n, that is the same as log base b of m plus log base b of n. So m times n translates to addition. So I want us to do number 1 together. This is just going to equal, we have log base 2 of 7 plus log base 2 of 4, and this asks us to condense into a single logarithm. So I hope it makes sense to you that going from this shorter version to the longer version would be expanding, and then the other direction from long to short would be condensing. And that's what we're going to do here. We want to condense. So if this is addition, then we know that these can be multiplied because we have the same base. So this is just going to equal log base 2 of 7 times 4, which is log base 2 of 28. And honestly, I think that's enough information for you to finish the rest of these 3 problems. But then quickly, I'll do one of the expanding ones. So log of 6, remember that the no base means base 10. Log of 6 could be equal to log of 2 times 3, which would be log of 2 plus log of 3. However, you can have different answers. Answers may vary on this one, because you could also have log of 1 plus log of 6. That would be another option for that one. So go ahead and finish numbers 1 through 6 before you move on. Now let's talk about the quotient property. If we have log base b of a fraction or of division of any sort, this is the same as log base b of m minus log base b of n. So it's just the opposite of the product property. So multiplication gives us addition, division gives us subtraction. So when we want to condense from subtraction to division, we're going to have log base 3 of 24 over 8. And the first number always is the one on top. So this is just going to equal log base 3 of 3. And then the opposite direction, if we expand, we're going to get log base 8 of, let's say, 8 over 2, because that would equal 4. So then when we change that to subtraction, we could have log base 8 of 8 minus log base 8 of 2. And again, on these, answers may vary, because this just has to equal 4. So go ahead and finish numbers 7 through 12 before you move on. The next thing we want to talk about is called the power property. And the power property is when we have something, we have a logarithm and then an exponent. And this is going to equal the exponent, so n times log base b of m. So the exponent comes down and becomes a coefficient. So let's see what that looks like. Here we have a coefficient and we want to condense, so we're going to move it to an exponent position. So we have log base 4 of 2 to the 5th power, which we can write as log base 4 of 32. Then if we wanted to expand, we would take this 7 and it would become a coefficient. So we would have 7 times log base 2 of 8. or we could just write 7 log base 2 of 8. All right, go ahead and finish numbers 13 through 18 before we move to the next section. The next couple sections ask us to expand and condense logs using all of the things we just talked about. So I'm going to do a couple of examples of each type with you. The first one is condensing logarithms, and we're going to start with number 19. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of split this up at the addition and subtraction points. And if you look at this term, we have 2 times log of 6. If we remember right, that coefficient should become an exponent. So we're going to call this log of 6 squared. And then we still have our minus log 9. Well, now we just have log minus log. And that is going to give us division. So this is equal to log of, let's go ahead and square the 6 to get 36 divided by 9, which is just log of 4. Then let's take a look at number 24. This 1/3 applies to all of this. So we are going to need to take care of the 1/3 first. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. We want to work on the parentheses first. So we have 1/3 log base 5, and this is addition, so these are going to be multiplied together, of 8 times 27 minus log base 5 of 3. So that 8 times 27 is going to give us 1/3 log base 5 of 216 minus log base 5 of 3. And then this 1/3 becomes an exponent. So we're going to get log base 5 of 216 to the 1/3 power minus log base 5 of 3. And 216 to the 1/3 power, that's the cube root of 216. And that is equal to 6. So we are going to have log base 5 of 6 minus log base 5 of 3. And subtraction converts to division. And we are going to get log base 5 of 2 as our final answer. Now we want to look at expanding logarithms. Let's start with number 27. This exponent is only applying to the z. In order for it to apply to the others, there would have to be parentheses here, and there is not. So this is 3 different things being multiplied together. So I'm going to start by separating it like that. We're going to have log base 6 of x, and then remember that multiplication translates to addition. So log base 6 of x plus log base 6 of y plus log base 6 of z to the 4th power. So we've expanded some, but we still have this exponent that we can bring down. So we're going to rewrite this one more time, and it's going to be log base 6 of x plus log base 6 of y plus 4 log base 6 of z. And that's your answer for expanding this logarithm. Now let's look at number 29. For number 29, we do have an exponent that applies to everything. So we're going to bring it down first. So we have 2 log base 7 of q to the 4th r to the 2nd. So now before I can split up this product, I need to write this 2 on the outside because it's going to apply to everything else we break this log down to be. So then we're going to have log base 7 of q to the 4th plus log base 7 of r squared. Then we have to bring down the exponents. So we're going to have 2 times 4 log base 7 of q plus 2 log base 7 of r. Then we want to distribute this 2. So we're going to just multiply it by the coefficients. So we're going to get 8 log base 7 of q plus 4 log base 7 of r. And finally, we are done expanding this logarithm. That's all the examples for today's video. Go ahead and finish the rest of the worksheet, and I hope you have a great day.